Okay, so I just did my eyebrow tutorial on how I do my eyebrows, and I just kind of realized that that tutorial was kind of lacking in tips and tricks for even getting the right eyebrow shape for you. Now, take it from me, I have pretty much almost done the worst for myself and for my eyebrows, so this is more like a cautionary tips and tricks. I really want to help those younger ladies who are just starting to think about tweezing or waxing their brows, shaping their brows. Here's some tips and tricks for you to find the right eyebrow shape, the best brow shape for you, and also for, you know, just the symmetry of it. And also for ladies my age or older who are thinking about changing up their look a little bit and kind of want to know some tips and tricks. This is mainly for symmetry. Okay, so you have your eyebrow, right? And obviously I've already lined mine in, so I may be a bad example. But this is a good place to start. So let's say you have a brow that's thicker than mine. You're quite unsure of where to go with it. The best starting point would be to really examine your brows. Examine the shape of the top, because that is actually what you really want to follow as your guide. As your guide would be the hairline up at the top, because that is the only base you have pretty much, and then the rest is just bone structure and, you know, symmetry, placement of your other facial features and other aspects of your face like your eyes. Now, so pay attention to the hairline at the top of your brow, where the hair starts going. Also pay attention to the density of hair on your eyebrows. Some people have very dense eyebrows, and when I say dense, I mean like a lot of hair. Me, myself, I have sparse eyebrows. So you can have thick brows, but still they look a little smoky and not filled in because you have sparse hair. A sparse amount of hair or dense amount of hair, they can look really thick and really those, trademark caterpillar eyes. Always get rid of anything in the middle. That's not a part of beautiful brows. It's definitely not the unibrow or anything in the middle. So definitely tweeze here. Now, to know where to stop, as far as a guideline of where to stop tweezing in the middle, because you don't want to end up with brows that start over here, you want to, I'm going to use my brush to help me. And you want to take the brush and just place it at the edge of your nostril and make a straight line 90 degrees up, and the center of that, or right where it starts, that is where you want to stop, or start your brow. That's where you want to stop tweezing and start your brow. So keep that in mind. Mine is a little asymmetrical. Gosh, this is hard. Everything's opposite on laptop or on iMovie. So that's where I would stop. And now to follow the shape, like I said, the hairline here where the hair starts growing at the top, that is a good base to start with. If for whatever reason you're not satisfied with using that as a base, you can use the 3 angles. Like I said, this is where you'd start, a straight line up. And now for the highest point of your brow, you want to draw, take that same brush, and starting at your nostril again as your starting point, go over, and you want to go straight through the middle of your eye at almost a 45-degree angle. Depends on the shape of your face and everything like that. But draw that through the center of your iris, and that should be the highest point. Where that points, that should be the highest point of your brow. Okay? So some people have, more close set eyes, and this really is going to decide, almost decide the shape of your brow, or like just, the width more so. So you have your starting point, and you have your highest point. Oh goodness. And that's usually straight through the iris. And now the end, so you know where your brow should end and where you should not tweeze in. If you have naturally longer brows, again, your starting point, always your nostril. And you're going to take that, and it's going to just graze the outer corner of your eye up to where your brow is, and that is where your brow should end. This is for whether you're tweezing or filling in your brows. Of course, for effect, sometimes you might elongate that depending on whatever look you're going for. There are no rules with makeup, but we're talking about your basic face, your everyday, normal, natural face. So those are your 3 tips for shaping your brow. Starting point, highest point, end of your brow. Do not go past that in either direction. That is my advice. Now, as far as for the shape of your eyes, a lot of it's really up to you. As far as the shape of your brow goes, that is more personal preference. These are just basic tips that I like to use. Keep in mind that you want to also get them as straight across as possible. So you're going to start from the middle where they start, and hopefully that forms a near straight line, and going across, you want it to be a straight line to the end on both sides. And I'm going a little crooked because everything's in reverse, but I mean, you get the idea. You want it to be pretty much a straight line this way, and going to the end either way, you want it to be a straight line as well. So those were tips and tricks for symmetry, eyebrow symmetry, and helping maybe the first time you tweeze, or even changing the shape of your brow, knowing what your base is, you know what I mean, how to get to the highest point and where you should start and stop. So hopefully that helps you guys out. Sorry I didn't include this in my eyebrow tutorial, but it makes for 3 tutorials in one night, and it is now 2:22 a.m. Everybody make a wish. If you're watching this, for you it's 2:22 a.m. and it is for me right now too. So I just made a wish, and let's hope that it comes true. Until the next tutorial, guys, or the next vid. Love ya. Good night.